It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
What is up, heroes of Dominion? My name is Charlie. This is Hero War Central. Today's activity is Grand Arena. This activity is unlocked at level 50, and similar to the arena, it's a great place to fight against real players, kind of, with your team. So for help with building teams, synergy teams and your second and third teams and all that, join a Hero Wars Discord. Join mine. There's a link to the description box down below. There's a lot of great Discords out there that will that are full of players happy to help you build teams. And, when it really comes down to it, there's not that many teams. It just depends on what heroes you have and who you've invested in and all of that. So the main difference between Arena and Grand Arena is that you use 3 teams instead of just 1. So instead of picking your top 5 heroes, you'll actually need 15 heroes in order to be competitive. And this gets harder and harder as you level up. Once you're at level cap, you have to have effectively 15 maxed out heroes in order to stay on top. It's kind of crazy. Just like the arena, you want to click on the Grand Arena location in your main lobby, and the first thing that you'll do is set up your defensive teams. So you can put your heroes in however you like, but there is some strategy to this. And again, I don't really want to get too deep into the strategy, but the way that I do it, I take my top 5 heroes, which is Astaroth, Kark, Nebula, Faceless, Martha, and instead of putting them in one team, I actually spread them across 2 or maybe even 3 teams. And the reason why you would do this is to kind of trick your attacking opponents into not really knowing which of your teams is the strongest whenever they're setting up their attacking teams against you. Once you have a team of 5 that are already maxed out, completely maxed out, then you can start building that second team and that third team, start really working on those and really start focusing back on, having one team that's a strong Kark team and a second team that's a strong Twins team, whatever you ultimately end up deciding. But I don't want you to worry about that right now. I just want you to worry about plugging in 15 heroes across the 3 different teams, hit save, and then don't worry about it. It's impossible in this game to hold your place in Grand Arena for very long, so don't stress it. We'll worry about that in another 80 levels or 70 levels if you're on mobile. So now that you have your defenses in place, you can select an opponent to attack just like in the arena. And you can see your opponent's power level and teams once you're in the lower ranks. But once you rank up, once you get higher ranks up, like the top 10, I think, or the top 20, you won't be able to see all of your opponent's teams. But where I'm at here at lower levels, you can see the full power level of your opponent's 3 teams and who they're using in each of their team 1, team 2, and team 3. And you can use this to determine which enemy to attack. Once I pick one, I'll choose my attacking team. And good news, once you've done this once, it'll save it. So you don't have to click 15 heroes every time you attack. You want to use your 15 best heroes. But since you can see the opponent's team, team 1, team 2, and team 3, you can kind of get a feel for what heroes you should put into your teams. Maybe if their team 2 is a little weaker, maybe put your second team in that one. Maybe if their team 3 is their strongest team, maybe put your top team in team 3. That's just kind of the entry level strategy. So each fight takes place one at a time, one after the other, until one of you wins 2 rounds. It's best 2 out of 3. So if you win the first 2 rounds, then the match is over. But then again, if they win the first 2 rounds, the match is over as well. You need to at least win 2 rounds or defend for 2 rounds if you're defending. The battles are held in auto mode, just like in Arena, and they all have a time limit of 2 minutes, just like Arena. So if there's no winner at the end of this time, the round will go to the defending team as they've successfully defended their rank. There are 5 battles per day that you're allowed, and you should at least compete in 1 per day just to kind of maintain your rank a little bit. Once you get to the higher levels, level cap of 120, 130, you'll probably fight 2 or 3 times a day. Between each battle, you'll need to wait 10 minutes before you can fight. There's a 10-minute cooldown between each fight. On Arena, it's only 1 minute, and the reason why is because since there's 3 fights and each fight can take up to 2 minutes, that's effectively 6 minutes worth of fighting that could be happening between each Grand Arena fight. Once you've fought your 5 times in a day, you can buy more fights with emeralds if you'd like, although not the best use of emeralds. Probably better used in Arena if you really need to do more Arena fights. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the rewards. So different from regular Arena, you don't earn Grand Arena coins for winning and defending in Grand Arena. You earn Grand Arena coins by your real-time ranking and your reward rate. Okay, it's right over here on the left side. So at the top left, you can see your Grand Arena rank, and then right below it, you can see what your coins per hour are. But if you click on the rules button and scroll down a little bit until you can find your rank, and you can look at other ranks while you're in here, you can see that while I'm at rank 413, I fall into the 401 to 500 position, so I earn 18 Grand Arena coins per hour. When you go back out, you can see that, again, the game will just tell you this on the main screen right here below your rank in their reward rate box. You're going to want to make sure to collect these, at least once a day whenever you first log in, or at the end of the day, or whenever you want to collect them. But if you do nothing but set your team and fight one time in the Grand Arena, which is what I recommend most new players do, just don't even think about this game mode until you're like level 80 or level 90 or level 100. Just focus on other parts of the game. There's so much that gets thrown at you every 10 levels. But if you do nothing but set your defensive team and then fight one time in the Grand Arena, you'll fall into the bottom ranks and either earn 1 or 5 Grand Arena coins per hour, depending on your server size. And you'll just sit in that bottom rank collecting Grand Arena coins every day, every hour even, and you don't have to do anything. So long as you're fighting one time in either the arena or the Grand Arena each day, you'll get the daily reward, which I'll touch on that in a second. But it takes about 4.2 days, a little over 4 days, to earn 500 Grand Arena coins at this 5 per hour bottom rank. Why do you care about 500? Well, I'll talk about that in just a second. First, let's talk about that daily reward. The Grand Arena daily reward is actually tied into your arena award that you earn each day, the one that gets mailed to you at the beginning of each day. So you can only earn one of these per day, and the game gives you the reward for whichever rank is higher. So, for example, if you're rank 100 in arena but rank 400 in Grand Arena, your daily reward will be based on that, rank 100 in arena. But if they're, the other way around, if you're rank 100 in Grand Arena but 400 in regular arena, then your daily reward will be based on the grand. So it's whichever rank is better. Hope that makes sense. That's the daily rewards you get. So as you're leveling up early game, mid game, if you do actually want to spend the time investing into 3 sets of heroes, that is one way to play the game, and you should play the game however you want to play the game. Your main team will be weaker. Your main team of 5 will be weaker, but you will have, those 3 teams of 5. If you do that, if you choose to go that route, it is easier to rank up in Grand Arena than it is in Arena. But to me, just having that extra little bit of resources each day by having a higher rank is not worth being a lot slower in leveling up your Outland boss fights and your campaign and your tower runs and all the other stuff that comes with leveling up a main team of 5. Since I've only focused on my main team of 5 at level cap where I'm at, I'm constantly in the top 30 in Arena, and the only people that are above me are several 100,000 power level above me because they have 5 to 10 to 30 fully maxed out heroes. So just like other shops, the Grand Arena shop will become available once you've unlocked the Grand Arena. So you unlock the arena, you get the arena shop. You unlock the Grand Arena, you get the Grand Arena shop. You can buy hero soul stones and equipment here just like these other shops, and you'll see that just like other shops, you can buy a set of 5 hero soul stones for 500 Grand Arena coin. Like I mentioned earlier, if you do the absolute minimum, it will take 4.2 days, earning 5 Grand Arena coins per hour to buy 5 soul stones. So you can buy 5 soul stones every 4.2 days just by doing nothing. So that's one way to go about it. All of these heroes are used in certain counter teams or in certain, off-meta teams as they're called, but none of these heroes are mandatory to get as you level up. If you like Lee and if you like Rufus, go ahead and get them. They will be useful later. Rufus is probably the most useful out of these 4 heroes, and Marcus is also pretty useful if you don't have access to another healer other than Thea. But other than that, I would say save your Grand Arena coins to buy equipment for your heroes, unless you just really like these 4, or if you're like me and you're trying to collect all the heroes and get them all up to 6-star. So I hope you found this video informative. Please consider subscribing to never miss a game mechanics video. And if you found this video helpful, please consider clicking that like button. If you do, YouTube will get my videos in front of new Hero Wars players just like you. Just watching the video is good enough for me. I love you all. Good luck in Dominion.